All right. Good morning, everyone. This is Siva Devaki, and I have Ati Devaki here with me.
Hi guys, aloha. Just to give you guys a brief, well, this is all one-sided conversations. So great, we are here in Maui, and it's morning 7:30. So great Saturday start, and nice to have you guys. And just to brief you, we were from Fremont, California, and we lived there for almost 16 years. And with some good karma or with the grace of Lord, we guys moved to Hawaii since year and a half, and we are running our company MassMailer. So we are very proud that we are here to talk about some good plans for the businesses which you guys are helping and you guys are owning, I guess. And if our product can help, that would be really a blessing. So Shiva will continue.
Thank you, Ati, for that. Okay, so the topic first of all, thank you so much, Sybil, for the opportunity. Without you, I think we couldn't have made it. I think you've been very, very supportive right from the beginning. Thank you so much for that. So the topic today is email deliverability best practices. Again, we all keep sending email, and not many people would actually know the best practices, which are very simple, not that complicated, which makes your email campaigns effective. I want to talk about that, and also perhaps if we have enough time, I'm actually going to show you a little bit of a mass mail functionality just to get a taste of what the product is all about. The three topics at a high level is about the deliverability, reputation, and the compliance. What does deliverability mean? Like when you're sending out emails, your main goal would be it should reach the inbox beyond saying that, hey, I want the person to open, click, and contact me. That's the next step. But if it does not even go to the inbox, none of the other things can really happen. So it's very important that you make sure the emails are getting delivered to the inbox. And how do you do that? That's one topic that I'm going to talk. And reputation. These two go hand in hand. If your reputation is good, uh, and also the email that you're sending is also good, not spammy, you would, of course, increase the deliverability rate. So one of the most important thing is to make sure that your domain and the IP is not blacklisted, and you're always keeping your reputation very high. And how do you do that? And what does blacklist mean? We'll talk about it. And third thing is the compliance. So the compliance actually is by the countries. So every country will have their own rules and regulations, such as CAN spam by US and GDPR by Europe, and their Canada. I think they got their own rules and regulations. So wherever you're sending emails, you need to follow the rules and regulations in that country. Wherever you're sending emails to. So it's important to learn the compliance rules as well at a high level. Now, getting into the deliverability, there are four things that are very important. One is the content, other one is the list, third one is the domain authentication, and the fourth one is the usage of dedicated IP address. And what is content really important, right? Why is content really important? When internet started and the real email started for the business purposes, people have started using it just for the correspondence, and eventually the marketing aspect came in picture. People have started using it for marketing, and that's when people have realized, hey, now you can reach the person just by the email and keep on sending emails. So in order for to really reduce the spamminess and of the email campaigns, the internet server the invented the such as some spam filters through which you can actually um, find out the content if it is spammy or not. Right, that's one thing. And in a list, it's very important that you actually keep your list very clean. Meaning, whatever list that you have, make sure it is all very clean list. That way, the emails that you're sending would be reaching. And third thing is a domain authentication way in which you want to make sure that you're proving yourself that you're the right person coming in from particular domain, and you're proving yourself by setting up the DNS values. That's called domain authentication. Dedicated IP address is where you're actually using an IP address that's assigned only to your company. Whatever the email server they're using, the ESP that you're using, they would give you the dedicated IP. No one else is sharing that. That way, you keep your reputation intact. Yeah. Talking about the reputation, it's very important that you don't get blacklisted. The only way you can get away with this is following all the best practices that I talked about before. Anytime your domain or IP address gets blacklisted, you will have to contact the respective organization to remove your domain or IP from blacklist by proving that you're not a spammer. And opt-outs is very important thing, meaning whenever you're sending out email and people do not want to hear from you, honor that. So have an unsubscribe link that is very easy to click so that people can opt out themselves. And the third thing is a complaints. Again, we talked about the rules in every country. So the main things that you need to worry about is make sure that you got an opt-in list. Whatever list that you're sending emails to, they should be you should get a consent from them that they want to hear from you. And having a provision in the email way in which they're actually going to unsubscribe by clicking on a link is very important. And signature line in your email, make sure that you have all the name, address, phone number, company information, all of that. And the email that you're sending from the domain should be really authenticated. So that's very important as well. That's the compliance that you need to really make sure you follow that. And now, what is MassMailer and what is that MassMailer can provide to all of you? So MassMailer is a native Salesforce app through which you can actually send emails, whether it is single email or multiple emails, or also email alerts to any standard object or a custom object with file attachments or without file attachments. Yeah. And there are certain tools that we have for the email deliverability purposes, so you can actually keep your reputation intact. And why sorry, let me just yeah, why MassMailer, why not Salesforce? There's certain limits in Salesforce, such as daily limits, and also you have problems with the statistics. You can't really get all the granular stats like opens and clicks and spam and all that. And sometimes emails may not really reach inbox, and there are no tools available in Salesforce. And also dedicated IP is never heard of. And if you ever wanted to track the email alerts through workflows, that's a problem. And also sending out emails to opportunities or contact roles is also not there in Salesforce. And if you ever needed to have a subscription group, like email preferences, right? That's where MassMailer also comes in picture. You can send out emails with the email preferences tagged to the email. Also, if you needed to send emails from multiple domains or flexible sender email, that feature is not there in Salesforce. Also, having a um, large email volume. So if you needed to do that, that's also very important. And also having an email template builder is very crucial. That feature is also available. And also you need to have a drip campaign too, right? All right, now let's get into the demo real quick. I would uh, show you a couple of interesting things. So I have a report that I've taken. This is the email deliverability report. You can actually look at this, see how granular it is. It actually gives a snapshot of how good your email deliverability is and how bad it is. And also, if there are any problems with your email, it actually shows you the content issues or the infrastructure issues. And I'll just show you this. This is actually showing certain words that are actually good or bad. Anything that is red, it says it is discouraged, and also it shows the recommended words. And similarly, it gives you any problems with the phrases, and also if you have any bad links, or if your coding and layout is bad, it also highlights that. And the infrastructure are very important. Make sure that your IP address, also the domain, is all in good reputation. So if it all is blacklisted, it actually shows you all of that. And also the SPF, DKM, DMARC. These are the ones that are policy frameworks. Making sure that these are all in good condition is very important. Will always help you from MassMailer to make sure those are all in good condition. And compliance, talking about this, if you're having any links way in which you have cookies for them, and if there are any problems with the cookies, we highlight those as well. And the previews, it's very important that you actually know whether your email is rendering properly on every email client, such as Outlook. So making sure that you look at all the layouts in various email clients is very important. So we have very popular desktop clients or web clients or mobile clients that we render. Anytime you want something, you just click on it and we render it real time, and you would know how it is going to look. That's how you actually get to know the email deliverability reputation and whatnot. And similarly, we also have a way you can actually verify any email so that you can know whether it is valid email or not. So we have something called email verify on every contact through which you can actually validate your email. You can also do this from bulk mode as well. That's a given thing. And now talking about MassMailer, uh, talking about MassMailer, there are three tabs that you actually see which are very important: Outreach Wizard, List Views, and Template Builder. The list views is actually the one that you actually create a target list view. This is quite advanced, meaning you can actually filter using advanced filters. It could be in the filter that you have it on the object itself, or it could be the filter you have it on um, the child as well. Let's say we're going to create a filter. I'm going to call this as list view contacts. And let's say we are filtering contacts, and then it's going to bring up a screen, the section way in which you can actually filter on the contact field, say email, and let's say done, and equals the value, and you can preview. And here you can have the advanced filter types and also the child filters too.
Zoom, can you zoom? Sibyl is asking us to zoom.
Oh, okay. And then you kind of save this, and you should be good to go. Right. Let's see if I can. Is this better?
Oh, yes. Sibyl, I guess this is better. Full screen.
Full screen. Oh, okay.
Sure, thanks.
Okay, all right. And then if you ever wanted to build a template using MassMailer Template Builder, there's an option here through which you can actually create a base template and email template. The concept behind base template is, let's say if you have a header and a footer, you want to create that and keep it always static. You can create a base template, and out of which you can create the actual email template as well. Let's say you select a folder and you want to create a new template, and then you give a template name. Let's say this is October 5th template, and then let's call this as my newsletter as a subject. And now you can also have a merge field. You can select it from here, and let's say you want to find out what is the merge field for the first name, and then this becomes your first name. Okay? Let's copy that. We're going to use it later. And now here, this is a drag and drop kind of a template builder. You would see content, rows, and settings. Rows is nothing but how many content items you're going to have in each row. I'm going to drag and drop some formats here, and then and the content items are like text, image, button, divider, social HTML, and video. Let's drag and drop a header image and then a divider, and then let's say this is going to be a video. Let's say this is going to be your text here, and let's say this is going to be a divider here, and let's say this is going to be your social icons, right? And every element you can actually just add such some properties. For an example, if it's an image, let's say we select an image, and now if you wanted to edit the properties of this image, such as the width, you can do that quite easily. And also you can align it left, right, center, and you can also have the alt text. You can also have the image link that is opening up, or even sending an email or making a call or SMS. All of that is available, right? And same as the text. So we actually picked the merge field, so you can actually just go ahead and copy paste the merge field. And this is again editable, and then you can also add a YouTube link or a Vimeo link. It doesn't need to be on YouTube Vimeo. If you have it on a specific website, that is fine. There's a tiny HTML that you just have to use, and we can provide you that. So that kind of loads up your video. And the social links is also very easy to update. You just have to enter what link your social links are going to be having, and then delete and add. That's quite easy. Yeah. So that's about the way you can create a template. You save this, the work that you've done in the editor, and then create a template by clicking on the Save to Salesforce. So that kind of saves your template. So once you have that, all you have to do is just go to your outreach wizard, and this is where you're actually going to send an email. And again, it's a step through kind of a process. You give a name, select that email that you're sending, and then you just have to select what object you're sending email to, and what specific list that you're sending email to, and then you go to the next step. And here you can actually select the specific email template that you're gonna use, and that could be I'm just gonna pick something that is already created. And then here also you have an option to give the merge fields. You can do A/B testing. You can have the preview text also typed in. And then once the actual template loads up, you can still make certain changes, any changes you want to make at runtime. And then you can just save that again by clicking on the save button. And then you go to the next step. And here, if you needed to attach any files, you can do that. Otherwise, you can skip. And if you want to send as someone else, you can add that value on behalf of a record owner. Or if you have a global sender that is defined, you can select that, such as hello at MassMailer. If you have any advanced, other emails that you want to copy, like secondary email, you can do that. For any compliance purposes, you can do BCC. And then finally, you can select whether you want to send now or schedule later on a specific date and time. Sending now to having, in order to have the email preferences, you can select any of this. You can also have IP pool if you have more than one IP address assigned. You can also suppress the unsubscribe link if needed. And then you click on next button. And then finally, you're actually going to review everything. You have an option to preview. You can also do a test email. The test email will let you send it to multiple people by comma separated, and also you can have a merge field. Once you're done, you just have to review everything and click on finish. And that's how you actually send emails to the list, the target list that you're chosen. Every email that you're sending is captured back in Outreach's record. which is more like a container record that will have all the information about the campaign, the recipient, template information, sender information, and the delivery status and the outreach statistics. So these are all stored right there, and also the real-time statistics. And also we store the activity on the contact record or any record that you're choosing to send. We also support custom objects as well. We store all the activity, the email, and also we store the email status values, meaning what exactly happened to those emails, opened or clicked, what time they opened, what time they clicked, if they clicked on something, what link they have clicked. All of that, uh, the email event information is also captured right here. Okay. I'll stop there and ask if anyone have any questions.
Sybil, you there?
Sybil, you there? Any questions?
Yes, we're here. I just asked to have anybody have any questions. No one had any questions.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, we have one.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay.
Sure.
For organization. Shiva,
Yeah, what is the question? Sorry, I didn't get it.
what is the pricing
Oh, the pricing. Okay, sorry. All right.
for a nonprofit organization?
Sure. So the pricing is, let me just zoom this here. We have 10% nonprofit discount, but anybody coming in from your group, we can give one more 10%. So we can do 20% discount for nonprofits. And if you go with annual, there's additional 10% discount as well. So there are two components here. Basically, the number of users, meaning it's per user per month, $49.99. And if you're gonna go with the volume users, we have discounts available. And also the number of emails sent monthly, meaning whether it is 100,000, 200,000, or maybe 10,000. So with or without dedicated IP. So we got two different pricing for dedicated IP and the shared IP. I don't have the pricing for the shared IP on this, but it's actually on our website. If you go to massmailer.io, you can see pricing tab, and we got a full-fledged typing the pricing information there. And we got other components as well. Like any kind of support that you need, all of that is available as add-ons. So that's a kind of a high-level pricing. And how do you get started with MassMailer? Just go to MassMailer. You would see free trial link. Just click on that, and that's how you get the free trial. Configuration guide and the demo video would be emailed to you in any case. And if you want to contact me personally, just send an email, siva.devaki@massmailer.io, or call me as well. And some of the universities that are using, University of Colorado, Florida, Polytechnic University, Arizona University, and the Mind Life Institute. We do have a lot of nonprofits. Unfortunately, I forgot to put the slide. There are a lot of nonprofits actually using our MassMailer. That's one of the biggest industry that we actually serve for. Okay.
So yeah, pretty much. Yeah, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure. Sorry, I didn't hear the question. Can you please repeat that, Sybil?
Yeah. So my question is around A/B testing with email and how you can use this technology to track which emails performing better.
Okay. Right. So I'll just show you. Now that I have a report that I can actually show you right now. That's something the reports are coming in the upcoming release. I'll show you where we track. There's something called email subject. So if you are sending out emails with A/B testing, you would have the specific email subject on every single event. For example, this is a click. and you know the subject is this, and this belongs to so and so campaign. You can actually run a report, but we will be having the report that is packaged with MassMailer, through which you will come to know. You can compare the same campaign but with different subjects. Which one has got highest number of clicks and which one has got highest number of opens. That's a great feature to have, and I never thought about it. And thank you so much for the tips. We would certainly have the campaign performance for variant subject that you're sending through the A/B testing. That's how you can track it.
Great.
Any more questions?
Oh, we have one more question.
Sure, sure.
Hi, I'm wondering about email deliverability.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's something called suppression list here. Again, this demo instance doesn't have the data, but this kind of gives you an idea on what it is. Suppression list is tracked for every single suppression that is done. The suppression could be hard bounce, it could be unsubscribe, it could be a spam report, it could be invalid email kind of a thing. We track what is the actual suppression type. Even if they have unsubscribed from a group, we track that. And we track the specific email address. And we also track if it is belonging to an unsubscribed group, we track that as well. And this is related to the specific objective. I know it's unfortunately this demo instance, I don't have that. It's related to the object as well, meaning if you're sending out emails to contact, you would see any suppressions related to that particular contact. You may ask me why related list, why not just a field? This is because over a period of time we realized that customers actually use multiple email addresses on every object. It's very important for us to track not only just one email, it could be multiple emails on the same record. So we decided to come up with a suppression list option, which is much more granular in nature. So the short answer is yes, we do track it, and it's automatically synced with Salesforce, any suppression. And those get auto suppressed, meaning anytime you're again trying to send emails to a list, and if any record is suppressed, we auto suppress automatically. We don't send emails to them. Okay.
Okay, Siva, thanks so much.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Sure. I have
We'll
questions.
reach out to you.
Thank you so much, Cyril. And now, if anybody has questions about Hawaii, they can always come back to us. And then please be our guest whenever your group is coming or anybody visiting Hawaii. So Shiva is one of the trailblazer leader here. We are trying to see if we can have a group here, and then it will be wonderful. It's beautiful, a blessed island, and you guys are doing great, helping the nonprofits, and it's such a good blessing to do it unconditionally for people, and getting into the profession of nonprofit is always. And we do have a dream that one day we can give free MassMailer for the nonprofits. Let's see when it happens. Thank you so much for the given opportunity, and have a wonderful weekend, everybody. And then we all get back to work on Monday.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Take care.
Take care.